Ooh la la, is this celebrity podcaster and game creator Paula Skaggs?
Oh my gosh. Josh, first off, thank you for bringing that up. Thank you for addressing me by my full title.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, folks, the rumors are true. Josh and I did appear on a regional AM radio program to talk about No Wrong Answers. So I think some things are going to change around here now that we're big shots. First off, podcast no longer free. $70 an episode. Some episodes are going to be 3 minutes long. That's all the time we have.
Well, who are we charging, Paula? Is that we're charging the listeners, or are you charging me for the? Okay.
But then you're charging me.
Got it. But my rate is more like 55 per episode, so it seems like a raw deal for me.
Yeah, because it's like when you book RuPaul Drag Race cast members on Cameo, and it's like some of them like were in the same season at the same level, and one of them is just arbitrarily costing $80 and the other one's costing $40, and you're like, why? That's us. Got it.
You're just better at marketing yourself.
Yes. I'm kind of charging more Ben de la Creme prices, you know.
But yeah, we were super flattered. We were on WGN Radio. We also had a feature on Block Club Chicago on the game, which is really just pretty overwhelmingly cool that we were featured on those various things.
Cool. We're so excited. I have to confess to all of our buddies listening, I had to put so many notes to myself around being like, do not say the F word. Do not say the F word on the radio.
So
it was in my bones, I was like, I just want to say, welcome to the goddamn show.
Yeah, well, because you can swear on FM radio, but not AM radio.
Is that a rule? I don't know.
No, well, but it feels right, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It feels like a fact that would be true. Anyway, we're super excited about the response to No Wrong Answers. It is still available. NoWrongAnswersGame.com if you want to get it online.
Get your game online now. I'm home.
Welcome to Being Earnest, a very sincere and apparently explicit podcast. I'm Josh.
And I'm the mother Paula Skaggs. I'm going to put bleeps over all of this if I can figure it out.
And we're here to talk to you about the earnest and sincere topics on our minds of the day.
On our minds.
Yeah.
Josh, what's our topic today?
Our topic is soda.
Pop.
Soda parentheses pop.
Yes. Where do you fall on the soda versus pop?
100% soda. Because it's a regional thing, right? It's like pop is Midwestern mostly, right? It's like wherever you take the ACT instead of the SAT, you say pop instead of soda.
Yeah. Yep.
I actually have a story about this that I want to tell about my freshman year of college that I had heard from reliable sources going into college when I was still in high school that sometimes your roommates do drugs. And that in college, drugs happen. And I, 18-year-old naive Josh, had not done drugs. But I'd heard that this might happen because, randomly assigned roommate, all these various things. I'd heard stories about, this happening to friends, family members, so on and so forth. Anyway, I got to college. My parents, dropped me off. They had just left the room. And my roommate, Jeff, was from rural Illinois. And he had been there for a couple of days because he'd done a pre-orientation program. So my parents literally just left me. I was unpacking and putting things in the dresser. And my roommate, Jeff, says to me, hey, do you want a pop? And in my head, because I'm from New England, I was like, oh, God, it's happening. He's offering me drugs within the first
30 minutes of college. Somebody's like, hey, loser, you want to do some drugs?
Yeah, literally, like, you want to do a line off of this desk or whatever? I'm like, oh, God, this is what happens. You go to college and everyone offers you drugs.
18-year-old nerd.
Yeah, and then, like all 130 pounds of Josh Linton. It's like all bone, being like, oh, no, I'm going to be peer pressured.
Did you say yes? Were you like, knock him if you got him?
Yeah, no, I pulled out my high-end meth and was like, I already got you covered, buddy. No, it took like...
I'll do a pop of my own.
I'll do a pop. um but yeah, so I remember that moment. It was probably just like a beat, but in my head it took like a full hour of me being like, what do I do here? Doing the mental math and things like that. And I was like, oh,
it's like that meme of Winona Ryder where it's like all the math and stuff outside
yeah,
of her
right,
head.
exactly. And then he like gestured towards the mini fridge that he had brought, and I was like, oh, soda. Oh, I'm actually good, thank you.
You're like, they keep their drugs in a fridge in the Midwest.
Interesting. These pops, whatever they might be, must be refrigerator only.
Been for a wild 4 years.
Yeah, right, exactly. Designer drugs. But yeah, that was the first time it was almost one of these things where like I'd heard tell of it. You know how there's that like New York Times quiz that you can take where it like really scarily accurately figures out where you are from the regional words that you choose. But I hadn't really encountered pop at all as an actual, that was someone's default term.
Well,
Paula, are you pop? Is that the...
No. Unfortunately, I am soda. Despite being obscenely Midwestern, but I think it's because I was so determined from a young age to like be kind of like a quirky girl that I think I started saying soda, because then people would go, "It's pop," and I'd be like, "You say what you want."
It's a small rebellion.
Yeah, and then I think it just like lodged in my brain. So I do say soda, but I respect the term pop. You know, I understand it. I acknowledge it, but it's not from me. Like perhaps pop the drugs.
Yes, exactly.
Not my thing, but I'm not going to yuck your yum.
I honestly thought it was going to be like, no, I use this. I call it like fizz go water because of Alaska, where I was raised.
We don't use we call it the fizzy snow.
Yeah.
Now, I think what we can agree on though is like it's like the coaster soda, pop in the middle. The South is Coke, and that's wrong. It is not Coke.
It's not. It's just clearly not.
I'm sorry, but that is giving too much power to a brand.
Yeah, it's like Kleenex. Like Kleenex got their trademark removed or whatever, right? Because everyone was calling it Kleenex and it became a word in the dictionary. So it's a classic case of it's just common usage and you created a brand so big that you can't charge people to use that word and sue people if they use the word. But it just clearly, if you're like, no, I want a Pepsi Coke, or even within the Coke brands. Coke. Yeah, if you were just like, I want a Sierra Mist Coke. It's like, no.
I guess you wouldn't say Coke, but you would say I'll have a Coke, and then they'll say what kind, and you'd go Sierra Mist.
Yeah, exactly. It's just not correct.
Or you'd say what kind of Coke do you have? And they'd be like, Sierra Mist, Mountain Dew, Dr. Pepper, Pepsi.
Hawaiian Punch,
Powerade, Blue.
Minute Maid.
I would love it. I think I would love it more if instead of Coke, which is kind of this ubiquitous brand, literally they were passing Cokes through the fall of the Berlin Wall. Coke is the most famous, right? I would love it more if they called it like a smaller soda brand. If they were like Fresca.
Yeah, Mr. Pibb.
Yeah, I'll have a Mr. Pibb. What kind of Mr. Pibb do you want?
A Coca-Cola. Well, if you're like, could I get a fizzy go time tummy water?
Is that a small soda brand that you're thinking of?
No, it's not. I'm just thinking of funny words that we could probably cut that.
No, I love it. It stays.
Yeah. I'm just thinking if there was...
I thought you thought that was a brand, and I was going to have to say, not a famous one.
Well, but it does kind of sound like a brand that when Aldi makes their version of Coke, where they call it
Coca-Cola.
Yeah, right, exactly. Snook.
Hill Dew.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about that for a moment. Is Hill Dew less potent than Mountain Dew?
I would say I just took a sip of my Fresca. Did you hear that? That's product placement if the video was on.
But you did say it.
Oh, the refreshing taste of Fresca. Okay, so I think that Hill Dew would be really similar to Mountain Dew, but it would taste sweatier. You know what I mean? Like the recipe's not exactly the same and it just tastes sweaty. And you maybe can't identify what the flavor is. And then you're drinking it and you're like, what does this taste? And you give it to somebody else and they go, that's sweat. And then that's all you can taste is this sweaty Mountain Dew.
It's like fermented a little bit, but not alcoholic enough to be an alcoholic drink.
It's just enough. It's just enough where it's kind of clear it wasn't intentional.
Yeah, just a little bit like viscous. You know what I mean? Where it's like,
it's not like kombucha where you're like, okay, well, they were trying to be like kind of vinegary and like probiotic. Like it's just kind of sweaty.
I'm just cracking up here on my own about the idea of Hill Dew Code Orange.
I just feel like their spokesperson is just like a terrible one-eyed gremlin. Like,
can't afford the good stuff while you're gaming.
What are they called? Cyclops. Like it's a little Cyclops gremlin with like 15 arms.
Listeners, Paula held up her hands to cover the entirety of where her eyes and glasses are. So I was like, oh yeah, goggles for sure. He's wearing goggles, but no, it's a Cyclops.
He's wearing a goggle over the Cyclops. Okay, so now let's pivot. Another Aldi brand. Let's say you go to the Aldi store. Okay, you see on the shelf their version, and it is physician assistant paprika. What do you think that tastes like? Not Dr. Pepper, physician's PA paprika.
Registered nurse paprika. PA paprika? Can we call I'm sorry, can I yes and this? And can we call it PA peppercorn?
Yeah, we can. PA peppercorn.
I think it's like too much cherry because that's the whole thing about like Dr. Pepper is it's kind of like doesn't it have like a
cherry in it?
It's got like cherry flavor, doesn't it? Or is it like a licorice flavor? Something like that?
I mean, I don't know.
I don't really drink Dr. Pepper. It seems like the forbidden fruit of like it's a step too far in sodas. I don't know if this makes any sense to anyone else, but it's like Coke and Pepsi are like normal people drinks, and then Dr. Pepper is like it's like for the soda eccentric.
I do love Dr. Pepper, but I do know what you mean. Like that's not a base level.
Yeah, it's like I can't tell if it's something that you drink like on a special occasion or like when you're a real soda connoisseur, or if like you have or like you've gone so far into the stuff that you're like into the crank of sodas.
Or it's like that's what your grandfather drank and you've never been exposed to other sodas. You don't even know if PA paprika is the best one.
Yeah. I think they really lean into the doctor bit of it. You know what I mean? Like it looks much more medicinal.
Yeah, in a way. It looks like a prescription pad. In fact, you can rip it off. You can write your own prescriptions.
Yeah. More soda, please.
I've got a prescription, and the only cure is Orange Crush.
Yeah.
Orange Crush.
Oh, man. Well, but Paula, I do want to circle back on something that you did earlier, is that you're drinking a Fresca.
I am drinking a Fresca, the sparkling soda water of the gods.
Now, I want to start with this. You're a Diet Coke gal. What's going on?
Josh, sometimes you think you know me, but what you don't know about me could fill a book. You know, and I never want you to forget that. Okay, I love Diet Coke. I'm nuts about Diet Coke. Diet Coke is a stress response. You know, the worse things get to me, the more I will just get in a car and silently drive through the McDonald's drive-thru and just get loose fistfuls of Diet Coke.
Mm-hmm.
But Fresca is the thinking man's drink. Fresca is like, we're here. Our lives are under control. Let's just sit back and have a Fresca. I also cannot keep Diet Coke in the house because I will pound Diet Coke after Diet Coke after Diet Coke.
See, yeah, I mean, the impression you're giving is that you're essentially chain smoking the Diet Coke.
100%. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. How nice is it to have something where you can be like, this is an 100% accurate, direct correlation indicator of how I'm feeling at this given moment is what am I drinking? What soda am I drinking right now?
Yes. Well, and Diet Coke is celebratory. So if we're out and about and I'm feeling in a good mood, I might say, let's crack open a can of the Diet Coke.
And those are the times when you call me at 3 a.m. and I'm like, Paula, are you okay? And you're like, I started on the Diet Coke again.
Hey, Josh.
Interesting. So, yeah, interesting. You've got your clear sodas and your dark sodas.
I think that's what it is. Clear sodas are like, things are fine. Dark sodas are like, it's time to get wild.
Yeah, I mean, we never really kept soda in the house growing up at all. And so soda has always kind of been a treat for me in a way. It's like I'm doing something for myself or doing something bad. Like that's the connotation I have with it. And I think the two things where that's the most are like, remember airplanes?
Vaguely.
Yeah.
But you'll have to remind me.
Big birds in sky that you get in and eat you and then poop you out at new destination.
Okay. You'll have to send me a picture later, but that sounds familiar.
Yeah. I love getting a Coke on an airplane.
Oh,
I love a Coca-Cola on an airplane. It just tastes better. It tastes better at 10,000 feet.
They give you the little can.
Yeah. Yeah. When they give you the full can and and then with the circular ice, with the hole in the middle, it's really, and then it fizzes and it's like, oh, did I pour it too much? Is there going to be too much turbulence? It's a fun game for me.
To drink something, the act of pouring something from a can into a small plastic cup really makes me feel like I'm an entrepreneur, like CEO, fancy person.
Honestly, even when I now, if I get a can of beer and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to treat myself and pour this into a glass.
This goes into a cup.
Yeah, rather than facing this aluminum. It really is. It takes it to a whole nother level. It's the same thing with chips, right? It's like chips out of bag. Like, oh God, I ate so many chips. Chips in bowl, fancy person.
And
entertaining.
Seven times as many chips. But I say for me, a little bowl. Yeah, I guess I'm just to me, every day is a party, whether there's guests or not. I'm coming in, I'm putting chips in a little bowl. I'm putting soda in a little glass. That's just how I live. And we are zooming and there's just garbage stacked behind me.
Yeah, just 1,000 bags of chips and M&Ms that all of these came from.
I'm like, how else do you make every day a party, Josh?
Well, I dress up in my 3-piece suit every day for work and then I actually sleep in the suit and then wear the sweatpants to work.
Yeah.
The other soda that makes me sound like a 1920s mogul that I really do love is I love cream soda.
Cream soda is so good.
It's so good and it's decadent. You know what I mean? It's that was always our thing where if my parents got a bottle of wine or they got something or beers or whatever, celebratory, we'd get a 4 to 6 pack of the IBC cream soda. Ooh. If we were really good and we'd bring it home. My brother and I would just pound those in the glass cans or the glass bottles.
Yes. And it's so sweet. It just feels so special.
It really does. Cause it's you
go ahead.
Well, because what I was going to say is you can get a root beer as a fountain drink at a lot of places, especially even with these space age, soda fountain things that they have in the new McDonald's and the new Wendy's where you do it yourself.
Don't even get me started.
But you don't get a cream soda. You know what I mean? That's not normally on a menu.
Well, and that is something I think we need to hit on. I feel like cream soda is kind of like the Bruno Mars of the soda world, it is killing it. Time after time, you're never upset by a cream soda and you're never upset by a Bruno Mars song, and neither one is getting the respect that it deserves.
Yeah, no,
cream soda should be widely available.
But
so should Bruno Mars.
Yeah, but Bruno Mars is kind of a little bit of a genre. You know what I mean? And
he has 30 number one hits. He's one of the best-selling artists of all time. We're not talking about that.
Yeah. And cream soda is kind of a genre drink.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It feels like you need I don't know, suspenders to drink it. It's no, you can have it in your everyday life. This is now a cream soda advocacy podcast.
In this house, we stand cream soda. So good. You know what is weird?
What, Paula?
Oh God, what is that called? Every time I try to change a subject, every subject changer.
Transition?
Transition. I'm like, so what's weird? Soda fountains.
Yeah. Do you mean like the modern day ones where you do like the thing or like the...
No, I'm talking like the 1950s, like
a classic one.
You would go to the pharmacy, you would sit at a counter, you would grab yourself a malted, and you would sit there waiting to be discovered by Hollywood.
Yeah, while also getting your like horse tranquilizers that you took to go to sleep for that night.
Sipping it with 2 straws, and James Dean is on the other one.
Yeah, it is weird that it was like, here is the like local watering hole, and also when you have severe acne, this is where you go. It just feels like a weird multi-purpose kind of situation where like 2 completely different needs. It's not even like a Pizza Hut Taco Bell combo, because like those serve a similar purpose. It's just different types of food. It's like, what if you went to the doctor, but they also gave you a milkshake?
Yeah, it just feels like Mad Libs.
Yeah, right, exactly.
It feels like someone played Mad Libs and they were like, well, I guess let's try it. And then it worked. But then it only worked for a certain period of time because soda fountains were around for so long and now not around.
Yeah, well,
not around in the same way.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they exist in certain states, but like, yeah, not in the same certain way. They're like,
or if you do, it's like a novelty. It's
yes,
like,
exactly.
This tourist attraction. I love the idea of like, this is a place that we all go. We all meet up. Probably younger people, probably not.
Well, yeah, I think that's the thing is it's like, what are the teenage places to flirt? I mean, because that's what...
It's a bar for children. It's a bar. Yeah. It's a bar.
Yeah, it's a bar for children.
For kids. It's just for kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Come drink at our bar. It's soda.
Get chock-a-block full of milk and soda.
All right, so we need this vibe back.
Yeah, I mean, I think this
Bars
is
for kids. Bars for...
I think, yeah, this really feels like a nut that we can crack to some extent. I mean, post-pandemic, there's going to be a need for this kind of thing. Where are all the teens going to go?
Yeah, well, and it's not just teens. I mean, and I know that a lot of teens listen to this podcast. A lot of teens, obviously, they're doing the TikTok trend of like dancing to the Being Earnest theme. Like, we love our teens. We love our teen listeners. Do not get me wrong. We love our teen fandom. But I like the idea of like a place that is not a bar, but does have that like cheers, everybody knows your name vibe. Like, I think what we need to do is restart a place in the community that serves 2 purposes. So you're going there to do something, hang around while you're there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, it's the void that like malls and, I mean, maybe this is the answer of why soda fountains don't exist as malls, but like malls and Walmarts and like you would just kind of go to hang out with your friends and be alone, and like you might have a chaperone or whatever, but it was like you were going to flirt and like go into a Spencer's Gifts and laugh at the sex toys. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think what we need to do is create a place where people can bump into each other again and not have to go to a second location. You bump in, you want to chat, you grab something right there. Can I tell you my gut instinct?
Please.
I don't know if it's right, but right away, my inside started singing that it knows the answer.
Mm-hmm.
Costco. It has the bar at the front, the soda fountain, so to speak. It's a $1.50 hot dog and soda deal.
Mm-hmm.
That's an incredible deal. You come in, you pick something up. You can even get your prescriptions. You see a friend. Why don't we grab a dog and have a chat?
Now, are we saying that you would have to create a teen level of membership? Because you can't go in without a membership card. Is there like a teen deal trying to make...
Teens are not part of this anymore. No, you can get a hot dog without buying products.
Interesting.
But we're just trying to create a community space.
Got it. So what if we made our own wholesale place where you don't have to be a member? And it's just a wholesale thing where it's just hot dogs and pretzels, and then you can peruse some like aisles. And there's a couple spots where you could like sneak out to make out. You know what I mean?
That's fun. I wonder if it's just that Costco makes me an investor.
Being Earnest brought to you by Costco.
Can I tell you really fast a side note? Do you know why Costco still has $1.50 for a soda and a hot dog?
Is it a loss leader like their chickens?
No, it's incredible. The Costco co-founder loves it. And he's just like one of those, like, I don't know, one of those guys. And there's a quote from, I think it's the president of the company that says, I came to Costco co-founder Jim Senegal once, and I said, Jim, we can't sell this hot dog for $1.50. We are losing our rear ends. He then shared Senegal's response. He said, if you raise the effing hot dog, I will kill you. Figure it out. I love it so much. And then the guy goes on to say, that's all I really needed, he said, of his decision to keep the price of the deal the same, because he would lose his life. I will effing kill you. Figure it out.
You know, at the end of the day, sometimes we're like, these CEOs are getting like golden parachutes and they're overpaid for what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like, do these people really have the expertise to be paid what they're getting paid and create this many profits? I'm not defending capitalism, but I am defending Jim Senegal. Was it Jim Senegal?
Jim Senegal. And so that was the guy who said, hello, can we raise the price? Was the CEO. Senegal is just the
founder and probably and like head of board of trustees or something like that.
The most incredible thing I've ever heard. And Costco, like, I don't know, I haven't done like a ton of reading into it, but you know, I've heard that they pay their fair wages and they offer health insurance, which is awesome. We love that. But the effing kill you. If I wasn't already a big Costco stan, I'd be booking my membership today.
100%.
But I kind of want that guy. I want the guy that said, if you raise the price of the effing hot dog, I will kill you. He's kind of the old man with the rag, wiping down the soda fountain, dishing out those $1.50 hot dogs, giving us a little community space.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, maybe we need to create this community space in Chicago, and this is something that we can create ourselves.
I say we just invite everyone to Costco.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Come on, folks.
Paula, I want to propose a Mount Rushmore question to you.
Oh.
So, listeners, if you're new to the podcast or new to No Wrong Answers, nowronganswersgame.com if you want to order it. Mount Rushmore is your top 4, like the iconic top 4 of any certain category or thing or whatever it might be.
What 4 faces are we putting into Soda Pop Mountain?
Yes, exactly. So what's the Mount Rushmore of soda?
Okay, well, I mean, obviously, I think that Diet Coke has to be on there.
Interesting. I would say that Diet Coke is the preeminent diet soda.
And diet soda needs to be represented on the mountain.
Yes, I think so. I think that's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer there. Now, I don't want to put another Coke on there. I want to kind of like leave the like classic cola kind of thing, like classic cola. We'll put that onto the side for a second. What I want to propose to you is, has LaCroix done enough? And is LaCroix soda?
Was LaCroix a soda? I mean, to me, LaCroix is iconic.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, that's iconic. I think it's here to stay. I don't think that's a flash in the pan. I think that LaCroix is here. They're looking us in the eye. They're saying, we love you. We respect you. I kind of lost my way with that phrase, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. I guess I'm wondering, like...
soda, though.
Yeah, it's a seltzer, isn't it?
It's a seltzer. I think that we can have seltzer representation on the mountain, but I'm not sure that I would immediately say my favorite soda is LaCroix.
Right. I mean, I think that's the thing is, like, I'm getting in this, like, do tonic waters, do seltzers, do things like that count as soda, or are they just carbonated water in a way, like carbonated drink?
That's the thing. I think that if we're doing carbonation mountain, absolutely. Welcome to the mountain, LaCroix.
Yeah, and then we have to get into beer, we have to get into champagne, and we're not doing that on this. This is a family podcast.
So I think that, everybody's listening with their children.
With their fucking children.
And their fucking kids. So I think that for that reason, LaCroix does not fit in.
Yeah. I think I want this to be, and we're probably gonna get hate mail for this, but I think I want this to.
Anyone sends us hate mail, I will not be happy.
Yeah. But if you do want to send us hate mail, actually we don't have a PO box yet, but that would have been funny. So I want this to be like things you could get from like you could reasonably get from a fountain drink. You know what I mean? Like maybe that's the parameter, is like if you went into a restaurant and they give you the cup and you get to choose what you're getting, like those are the sodas that you can choose from. So I think Diet Coke 100% ends up on there. I would say that Mountain Dew needs to be on there because I think it's just so different.
Yeah, I think we need a citrusy type one.
We need a villain.
Actually citrus, but that, to me, you can't have a Sierra Mist, a Fresca, and a Mountain Dew. I think Mountain Dew is the chosen one.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I think, well, like every good story needs a villain. Every good story needs a bad boy, and that's Mountain Dew.
I think we need representation for the gamers.
Yeah.
Who have done so much for the soda industry.
Yes, exactly.
Now, I'm going to say a hot take, and I already can see it in your eyes that you're going to slap the microphone out of my hand.
Mm-hmm.
What if our cola's RC Cola? We can't do Coke and Diet Coke. And Pepsi does not deserve to be on that mountain.
No, Pepsi is nowhere near this mountain.
No. But RC Cola is kind of an unsung hero.
I don't know that I've ever actually had an RC Cola.
Welcome to the mountain, though, is what I say. Now is the time.
Yeah, you're going to
throw like... Jefferson should not be up there on Mount Rushmore. And RC Cola maybe arguably shouldn't be on ours, but it's kind of our Thomas Jefferson.
Let's go with that.
Yes.
I'm doing this just because it makes you happy.
Oh, I'm so happy.
And then this fourth spot, it does seem like this is where we need kind of a wild card. This is where I want like a deli soda. You know what I mean? Like a cream soda, like a Dr. Brown Cell Ray.
I'm not mad about cream soda going on here.
Mm-hmm. It would be a coup.
For sure. I mean, definitely the root beer industry, the Dr. Pepper industry. We would get some Powerade industry. We would get some hate mail.
Yeah.
But I like it. 2021. Why aren't we getting hate mail? That's the
Oh, no. Well, why don't we say it's cream soda? And we did this faster than we thought we were going to. This was easy.
This was easy breezy. There's no arguing. It's decided. We're starting building on Monday.
If you have thoughts on what would be on your Mount Rushmore, like and subscribe in the comments. I feel like that every single time. But please do reach out to us at beingearnestpod on all social media or beingearnestpod@gmail.com. We'd love to hear your thoughts on that. I think that's going to do it for us.
That's going to do it for us. In and out.
Yeah, make it easy.
Thank you as always to Ryan Cruz for our beautiful logo. You can follow her on Instagram at @RBCruiser. And thank you to Dylan Dutch for our fabulous theme song. You can check out his music project, Death Love. Everywhere you listen to music, there is a new single out. It is amazing.
We mentioned this multiple times throughout the podcast, but if you do want to get our game No Wrong Answers, which is a set of conversation cards, the kinds of non-burning questions that you didn't realize that you needed to ask, you can do that. NoWrongAnswersGame.com. Go on and get it while they're hot. You could also go to Four-Sided if you are here in Chicago and get curbside pickup from them. And as always, until next week, guzzle down that Hill Dew Code Orange.
Yeah.
It's sweaty.
Way to go, PA Peppercorn. Thanks, everybody.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Why not be